Now let us see inline functions. Inline functions are actual functions which are copied everywhere during compilation like preprocessor, macro. So the overhead of the function calling is reduced. All the functions defined inside the class definition are by default inline, but you can also make any non-class function inline by using keyword inline with them. Functions can be instructed to compiler to make them inline so that compiler can replace those function definition wherever those are being called. For an inline function, declaration and definition must be done together. For example, see the syntax and example. Why to use? In many places, we create the function of small work or functionality which contains simple and less number of executable instructions. Imagine their calling overhead each time they are being called by callers with inline keyword. The compiler replaces the function call statement with the function code itself, process called expansion, and then compiles the entire code. Thus, with inline functions, the compiler does not have to jump to another location to execute the function and then function back, as the code of the called function is already available to the calling program. Now let us see class and objects. A class is a way to bind the data and its associated functions together. It allows the data and the functions to be hidden if necessary from external use. A class declaration is similar syntactically to a structure. General form of the class declaration is, see the code here. The variables declared inside the class definition are known as data members, and the functions declared inside a class are known as member functions. By default, the data members and the member functions of a class are private. Private data members can be accessed by the functions that are wrapped inside the class. How to access member of a class? To access member of a class, dot operator is used. That is, see the code. Memory allocation of objects. See the figure. Memory space for objects is allocated when they are declared and not when the class is specified. Since all the objects belonging to that class use the same member function, no separate space is allocated for member functions when the objects are created. Only space for member variables data members is allocated separately by each object. Separate memory locations for the objects are essential because the member variables will hold different data values for different objects. General steps to create a C++ program using class and object header files: class definition, member function definition, and void main function. See the code. See the output. Private and public members. The private keywords make data and functions private. Private data and functions can be accessed only from inside the same class. See the code. The public keyword makes data and functions public. Public data and functions can be accessed out of the class. See the code here. Now let us see the scope resolution operator. It is possible and necessary for library programmer to define member functions outside their respective classes. The definition of the member function outside the class differs from normal function definition, as the function name in the function header is preceded by the class name and the scope resolution operator. The scope resolution operator informs the compiler what class the member belongs to. The syntax for defining a member function outside the class is as shown in the figure. In C++, scope resolution operator is used for following purposes: to access a global variable when there is a local variable with same name, to define a function outside a class, to access a class's static variables, refer static data members in case of multiple inheritance. See the global variable access code. Define a function outside the class. See the code here. Now let us see this pointer. This pointer, the facility to create and call member functions of a class object, is provided by the compiler. Compiler does this by using a unique operator This pointer always a constant pointer. It points at the object with respect to which the function was called. This pointer is passed as a hidden argument to all non-static member function calls and is available as a local variable within the body of all non-static functions. This pointer is a constant pointer that holds the memory address of the current object. This pointer is not available in static member functions, as static member functions can be called without any object with class name. It puts a declaration of this pointer as a leading formal argument in the prototype of all member functions as follows. It passes the address of invoking object as a leading parameter to each call to the member functions. See the code. Now let us see the member functions and member data. First, default values for formal arguments of member functions. Default values can be assigned to arguments of non-member functions and member functions. Member function should be overloaded with care if default values are specified for some or all of its arguments. Otherwise, the compiler will report ambiguity error. See the example here with output. Now let us see points to remember. Default values are specified from right to left. Default values must be specified in the function prototypes and not in the function definitions. See the following statements. Now let us see constant member functions. A function becomes const when const keyword is used in the function's declaration. The idea of the const functions is not allow them to modify the object on which they are called. The programmer desires that one of the member functions of the class should not be able to change the values of data members. This function should be able to merely read the values contained in the data members but not change them. See the code here. Now let us see mutable data members. Mutable data member is never constant. It can be modified inside constant functions also. Prefixing the declaration of a data member with the keyword mutable makes it mutable. See the code. See the code here continues. Now let us see fourth, friend class and friend functions. Friend function. The scope of a friend function is not inside the class in which it is declared. It is prefixed with the keyword friend. Since its scope is not inside the class, it cannot be called using the object of that class. It can be called like a normal function without using any object. It cannot directly access the data members like other member functions, and it can access the data members by using object through dot operator. A friend function is a non-member function that has special rights to access private data members of any object of the class of whom it is a friend. It can be declared either in private or public part of the class definition. Usually it has the objects as arguments. See the code here.